start off with the most important question that I believe, and I'm sure is on everyone's head. Who is a spiritualist?
So I'll tell you right now. You said that self-proclaimed spiritualist. So first, I so I have to first give you a story behind this. See, I'm a storyteller. So whatever you ask, mostly I'm gonna come up with stories only. Uh, so when I deep dived into ancient Indian history, or popularly called as Indian mythology. So the term that is used is a mythologist, and
Okay.
that is what I'm actually known as, a mythologist. But 2 years back, a guru from ISKCON, Sri, Prabhu Vidhur Priya from USA, he called me. We were part of a group, and he called me and he said that, Rishi, don't call yourself a mythologist. So I said, then what do I call? He said that, I would like to propose a name and a term. Call yourself the spiritualist, and you'll see your entire life will start turning. So, honestly, I was not convinced. So I didn't take that name,
Okay.
and I said, okay, Guruji, I'll look into it. So after 4-5 months, again he called, and he said, trust me, and it's not that, he's my guru or I follow him or something like that. It's just that I know him, and, he called me twice. He called me the second time and he said, trust me, Rishi, to naam change kar le. Because earlier my Facebook page was Rishi Nanda, the mythologist. He said, change the entire term and call yourself the spiritualist. Now, over that time, I said, now ISKCON ke hai, Guruji hai, and a very well learned person, and he's telling me to change, so what's the harm in changing? So I think dekha jayega jo hoega, and you'll not believe it, I changed it, and I think the world just changed completely altogether. So when you said self-proclaimed, to be honest, I am not self-proclaimed. I've been given the term the spiritualist by Prabhu Vidhur Priya, and always thank him. So we are part of a community group, so I always thank him, and I thank him in front of everyone also. Because the moment I turned, changed the name, my life actually completely changed a lot, So,
So,
that's the term. Yeah.
perfect.
So
And
that's how I
in
got
fact,
it. Yeah.
it's a very interesting word. Now, with the very fact that you called yourself earlier, in the earlier days, I heard you calling yourself the mythologist.
Correct.
Now, when you say a mythologist, by definition, is something or someone that deals with myths.
Okay.
So, but your entire work has been around the epics like Ramayana and Mahabharata and
Correct.
the Bhagavad Gita.
Correct.
So, why a mythologist, or why is it called mythology? What's your take on that?
So what happens? My understanding is a lot of time, people would just. So there could be two things, Either I'm not well read, or I don't know the real meaning of it. But when I went to a dictionary.com and I checked the word mythology, what does it mean? So yes, one, it's a myth. Second definition is it's a collection of stories related to a particular religion. So that is
Okay.
also a definition of mythology. First. Second, what happens is, whenever I start any workshop, and it could be any workshop, it could be even a behavioral workshop, leadership workshop, I always start with a line, and the line is that, I'm not promoting any religion, thought process, religion, belief, it is just for understanding, expression, purpose. You believe Rama exists, you're right. You believe Rama does not exist, you're right. Whatever you believe is right. I believe Rama exists, but in case you believe Rama does not exist, I'm sure we both can coexist. There are beautiful stories, there are beautiful learnings from the epics, from our Purans. So let's focus on the learning rather than getting into an unended debate, an argument of the existing part of it. So for me, it is very important to share the learning, of our scriptures. It is very important for me to share, even, like I come from a convent school. So I will give reference from Bible also. I'll give reference from Granth also. Being a Punjabi, I'll give references from Buddhism, Mahavir. A little bit knowledge I have of Islam, so I'll give reference of Prophet Muhammad also. So I do not, yes, but 80%, 90% it would be of Hinduism, if you can call that. So that term, mythology, when I use that term, it gives me the platform to cut across various religions. See, I've been blessed enough where I've stood and, there are 1,500 people or 2,000 people sitting in front of me. I don't know their religion. I don't know their belief system. But if that line, if that term helps me to channelize their focus, their energy towards learning, so I think that's more than enough. So that is why, I'm actually cool with it. So even in a book also we have written, very clearly, the first line is, it's ancient Indian history, popularly called as Indian mythology. So to each its own,
Okay.
but let's focus on the learning. So that's my reason. So when someone argues with me, Rama exists karta hai, main mujhe nahi pata, Baba, mera belief hai. I
Okay.
believe I can get into the factual part of it, but I never get into arguments with them because to each its own.
I'm sure there is a lot that you have learned through this video. In case you are a learning and development professional or a learner, don't forget to subscribe to our channel Learners Conclave and click the bell icon to be the first to know of new videos.